There was a couple incidents that took place. One was when I was on duty, and that came from accident, and it was my best friend. So that's how PTSD is formed for me. I've gone from depression and PTSD to being able to learn the tools to handle it with it, and you know, it makes a big difference being here.
Well, for every veteran who comes home, there's a transition that happens with life getting back to normal. Well, there's some help from some of our favorite friends, and we want you to know about this. Joining me this morning is former Marine and Operation Overwatch founder, Brice Cavanaugh. Sir. How are you doing, sir?
Outstanding, sir. How are you?
Doing great. You, former Marine, or
yes,
I guess a Marine, always a Marine, I guess, right?
Yes, sir.
First thing I want to say is I want to thank you for your service to this country. Thank you
pleasure.
so much. And with you today is, who is this?
This is Monk.
Monk.
Yep.
Boy, look at that. He responds.
Mm-hmm.
He knows who he is. How are you doing, Monk? You doing okay? Look at this guy. Yeah. Real gentle guy. You know, post-traumatic stress disorder, that is it's a terrible thing. Absolutely. If you're going through it. First question is, how can a service dog like Monk, how can he help the veterans that have PTSD?
Well, these dogs can do a couple things. One, they can provide accountability for whomever is watching them, responsibility and whatnot. Give them a job, get their mind onto something. They also can be a calming effect. So a lot of times, as soon as a dog comes in, he senses stress on the person, the dog will kind of come in and interrupt that, and you automatically go down to start petting or whatever, and that can help get your mind off of those issues.
So the service dog like that really helps out a lot then?
Yes, sir.
You know, the service dog program, how does that work with Warrior's Heart?
So Warrior's Heart is an awesome institution here. They put together a peer-to-peer system where they're dealing with chemical dependency, PTSD and whatnot, and then Operation Overwatch kind of dovetailed in there where we provide the canine aspect of that. And what's interesting or different about what we do is we work with the clinicians there so that we can actually train these dogs to help out specifically what's needed in the treatment process rather than after the aftercare.
Right. And you know, there's a service dog. His name is Porter. Tell us the story about Porter with a veteran.
So Porter was one of our first dogs that went through the program, and Porter was able to enable his handler to actually get out of the home and function outside, whereas before the stresses that came with everyday society was just too much actually for full function. So he actually helped get his mind off that and help him get out there and help mitigate some of the issues that he was having.
Well, you know, what is the veteran, what is the one thing that really they struggle with post-traumatic stress disorder? Is it getting out in the house? Is it talking with others? Tell us about it, because we don't really know a whole lot about that if you're not going through it.
Well, depending on the trauma that set up the stressors, there's usually cues or triggers that can absolutely send a person back to that time in their life when everything just fell apart for them. So hopefully with the program at Warrior's Heart, they're helping to understand these triggers and deal with them, but then these dogs are also helping to identify those triggers and help mitigate those as much as possible. So it's a multi-level approach that we're taking here that's nowhere else in the country.
Ah, okay. How is the partnership with Warrior's Heart? How's that going?
Yeah, excellent. They've provided us the land and the opportunity to be out there and build the kennels for us there. We're working hand in hand with their clinicians again, so we're seeing these people daily to help them out with their training.
Well, if there's somebody watching right now that knows somebody that's going through post-traumatic stress disorder or wants to know more about service dogs, what should they do?
Well, you contact Operation Overwatch or Warrior's Heart at warriorsheart.com, and we can get them squared away there.
Okay, make sure to give them a call. It's a 24-hour hotline. It is. 844-448-2567.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Brice, thank you so much.
Yes,
and Monk. Hey, Monk. Looks like
welcome.
Thank you too, Monk. Appreciate it. Really, thanks for coming on the show
today.
today.
Yes, sir. My pleasure.